Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys today? I hope you guys are having a great morning. All right. I'm just going to jump into this. Let's see if we can make it a little bit bigger though. I don't know why that's big on the front here. Let's see if I can fix it where I'm not so big here. There we go. Let's do that. All right. Does it sound okay, guys? So far so good? Sound okay, wisdom? All right, great deal. Okay, we're going to start with Dorothy. Dorothy is missing from Phoenix, Arizona. She was last seen September 20th, 1973. Let's see, she was walking towards the restroom at Cortez Park at 35th Avenue in Dunlap in Phoenix, Arizona. She was wearing Levi bell bottom jeans, a white tank top with a pattern of upside down multicolored teardrop shapes. She wore thick eyeglasses and had pierced ears, but it's unknown if she was wearing any jewelry when she disappeared. She may have had the remnants of U.S. steel scar on one of her forearms from backing into a hot radiator. It is possible only the letter U would still be visible. Please take a look at her age progressed photo here. And if you have any information about her, please contact the Phoenix Police Department at 602-534-2121. We have Catherine Davidson. Catherine Davidson is missing from Michigan. Last seen September 1st, 1973. She was 6 years old at the age of her disappearance. She was 3 foot 10 and 70 pounds. Catherine Kathy Davidson went missing just after her family arrived at the state park from Chicago for a picnic on September 1st of 73. Kathy and the other children had gone off to explore a creek that empties into Lake Michigan while the parents unpacked their car. When the children returned, Kathy was not with them. This sparked a multi-day search for her, turning up anything and any nothing but a pair of green panties. It is unclear if these belong to Kathy or not. She was last seen wearing a white blouse, blue shorts, and white sandals. If you have any information about Catherine, please contact the Michigan State Police 269-683-4411. Next, we have Ornan Anderson. Ornan is missing from Wisconsin. Last seen August 26th, 1973. He was 16 years old at the age of his disappearance, 5 foot 9 and 135 pounds. There's his age progressed photo. Please take a good look. You never know. He could be the cashier at the store. He could be your maintenance man. Just please take a very close look and see if there's anything that you would remember him by. If you have any information about Ornan, please contact their police department at 262-242-3500. Landon is missing from Florida. Has been missing since July 27th, 1973. He was 13 years old at the time of his disappearance, 4 foot 7 and 68 pounds. Again, he has an age progressed photo. See if there's anything about him that you would remember if you saw him out and about. It says London was last seen leaving his house to go to the store. He has not been seen from since. He has a deviated septum and is described as having blonde hair and blue eyes. If you have any information about Landon, please contact the Miami Shores Police Department at 305-759-2468. Next, we have Shirley. Shirley is missing from Chicago, Illinois. She was 12 years old at the time of her disappearance. She was last seen July 26th, 1973. She was 5 foot tall and 80 pounds. Shirley was last seen on July 26th, 1973, walking to Harlan High School in Chicago when she went missing. Do you have any information about Shirley? Please contact Chicago Police Department at 312-747-5789. Let me look over at chat real quick and see if I missed saying hi. Hi, Neil. Thank you for joining us. Stormy, Fox, Mikey. Thank you for joining, Mikey. Molly, Victoria, Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie. I hope you're feeling better. Critical consideration. Thank you for joining us. If I missed, I don't think I missed anyone else. If I missed anyone, I apologize. I'll try to catch up at the end. Here we have Megan. Megan is missing from Seward, Alaska. She was last seen, or she's been missing since July 7th, 1973. She was 17 years old at the time of her disappearance. She is 5'4", 120 pounds. She also has an age progressed photo here. It says that Megan was last seen this in 1973. Megan's front teeth protrude. She was last known to be wearing blue jeans, a white long sleeve checkered shirt, a brown short sleeve shirt, and suede ski boots. She was possibly wearing or known to wear silver spoon rings and a large cameo necklace. If you have any information, please contact the Seward Police Department at 907-224-3338. We have Rose Cole. Rose Cole is missing from Oakland, California. She was last seen July 1st, 1973. At that time, she was 16 years old, 5'3", 120 pounds. Here is her age progressed photo. She was last seen in the summer of 73. The missing date is an approximation. She is described to have brown hair and hazel eyes. If you have any information about Rose Cole, please contact the Oakland Police Department at 510-238-3641. Next, we have Tracy Davenport. Tracy Davenport went missing from San Rafael, California. Last seen April 27th, 1973. Seems like 1973 was quite a year. I see several that year. She was 6 years old at the time of her disappearance, 4'6", 60 pounds. She also has an age progressed photo. Tracy Lynn Davenport was last seen on the 27th of 73 when she left her home to go to school. She never attended school that day and failed to return home. She has not been seen or heard from since. Tracy has burn scars on her lower hip and abdomen area. She was last seen wearing a black and blue flowered print Hawaiian dress. If you have any information about Tracy Davenport, please contact the San Rafael Police Department at 415-485-3000. Do you have any questions in chat yet? Anything, guys? See, Stormy says she was having a great conversation last night with SRB and Barb about how many of our homeless could be missing people. You know, Stormy, that's very true. I mean, it is a possibility for sure. Okay, so here we have Timothy. Timothy's missing from California. Last seen April 23rd, 1973. He was 16 years old at the time of his disappearance, 5'10", 130 pounds. He also has an age progressed photo here. It says he went to the store on his bike to pay a utility bill. He arrived at the store, paid the bill, but was never seen again. His bike was found at the public library. He has a scar on his lip, and he is described to have brown hair and blue eyes. Excuse me. If you have any information, please contact their police department at 707-778-4372. Next, we have Sean Alexander. He's missing from LA. He was last seen January 24th, 2025. He is 16 years old. Sean is missing alongside a 14-year-old Chloe Valdez. Sean is believed to be driving a GMC truck, the one pictured here. There's a noticeable dent in the front bumper. Sean is noticeably tall, 6'1" and weighing 180 pounds. If you have any information, please contact their police department at 337-457-2626. It looks like Peyton has been found. Thank goodness. Missing people. Oh, I'll go back to that one. If you are not subscribed to Missing People in America, they are not only on Facebook, they are also on YouTube. They have an excellent channel. I just they work so hard. Them and the bro what is it, Arctic? Is it the Aware Foundation that you work with? The Aware Foundation is exactly the same. They work so hard so that everyone can get this out here and they care about their missing people. But the MPIA, they actually have now 500,000 followers. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to their channel. They work so hard. And also the Aware Foundation. I don't know if Arctic, you probably have the Aware Foundation link. If you would share that one for me. And MPIA, I think Wisdom may have, but if you guys could somehow figure out those links and share them, I would appreciate that so much. They work really hard, super hard. It looks like he was found. Good deal there. Danielle Hart was found. Excellent. Jet found safe. We have missing William Forshey Jr. He is missing from Miami, Florida. He has been since April 16th, 1973. He was 17 years old at the time of his disappearance. He was 5'8" at that time, 150 pounds. Here's his age progressed photo. It what they state is that William Forshey Jr. and his father and two older males launched a boat at the Captain's Landing Marina, located at 1069 Bald Eagle Drive, Marco Island, Florida, known as Pier 81 condominiums. The truck and trailer from the boat were located, but none of the men or the boat were ever found. William has scars on both legs. If you have any information about William Forshey Jr., please contact the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Department at 305-715-3300. Next, we have Jeffrey Blankenship. Look at that little smile. Oh my goodness. Jeffrey was 3 at the time of his missing. He was last seen March 27th, 1973. He's missing from Washington. Jeffrey and his mother had made plans to travel to Greece to meet his grandparents who were already there on vacation. Family members became concerned when it was evident that his mother and the son never arrived in Greece. They have never heard or seen from them since. He is described to have brown hair and brown eyes. He also has this age progressed photo. I think they did very well with that. But please take a good look. You just never know. If you have any information about Jeffrey, please contact the Kent Police Department at 253-856-5800. Next, we have Darren. Darren Hillis is missing from Norfolk, Virginia. He's 14 years old, 6'4", 150 pounds. He was last seen March 12th, 1973. So he also has an age progressed photo here. Says he was last seen on his way to the school bus stop on March 12th, 1973. The school contacted his family that morning and informed them he did not arrive at school. He has not been seen or heard from since. Darren has a scar on the bridge of his nose. He was last seen wearing a green army jacket, red bell-bottom pants, and white stripes going down the legs, black and red striped shirt, and boots. If you have any information about Darren, please contact the Norfolk Police Department at 757-664-3277. Okay, and I'll take a look over here in chat and see how you guys are doing here. Everything good, guys? Good morning, JC. Thank you for joining me. Peggy. Okay, looks like you guys got this all figured out in chat. I can just carry on up here. All right, next we have Linda St. Germain. She's missing from Peru, New York. She was last seen February 13th, 1973. Linda Lee Germain, possibly an attempted crossing of Lake Champlain en route to Burlington, Vermont. It is believed that she may have fallen through ice. She has a birthmark running from her chin to her throat. Linda was last seen wearing brown corduroy pants, a blue or green hooded parka, and brown suede shoes. If you have any information about Linda, please contact the New York State Police, 518-314-7516. And you guys will find that I will kind of throw in some that I've already read. Each day I'll kind of throw one back in there just for a refresher. And Anna Waters. Look how beautiful. Anna Waters is missing from Half Moon Bay, California. She was 5 years old at the time of her disappearance, 40 pounds, 3'8". She was last seen January 16th, 1973. Says she was last seen between 2 and 2:15 p.m. playing in her family's backyard in San Mateo County, California on January 16th of 73. Anna has a mole on her cheek and dimples. She was last seen wearing a blue and white t-shirt, blue trousers, and black rubber boots. If you have any information about Anna, please contact the San Mateo County Sheriff's Department at 650-363-4911. Next, we have Norman Prater. Norman Prater is missing from Dallas, Texas. He has been missing since January 14th, 1973. He was 16 years old at that time, 5'8", 130 pounds. Please take a look at his age progressed photo. Norman was last seen leaving his home on January 14th. He said he would be back in a short while, but he had never returned. Norma has not been seen or heard from since. He is described to have brown hair and blue eyes. If you have any information about Norman Prater, please contact the Dallas Police Department at 214-671-4268. We have Christopher Wells. Christopher Wells is missing from Seattle, Washington. He has been missing since December 16th, 1972. He was 16 years old at the time of his disappearance, 5'7" and 130 pounds. Christopher Brian Wells was last seen in Seattle. When Christopher was last seen, he had shoulder length hair. It was light blonde. He was never seen wearing he was last seen wearing a brown suede coat, a blue t-shirt, blue jeans, a blue stocking cap, and he had his wallet and ID with him. If you have any information about Christopher Wells, please contact the Seattle Police Department at 206-625-5011. Next, we have Glenn Walls. Glenn is missing from Maelstrom, Montana, last seen November 8th, 1972. He was 17 years old at the time of his disappearance, 5'11" and 143 pounds. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting all this stuff going on here. Apologize, guys. Glenn Allen Walls disappeared from Maelstrom, Montana on October 10th, 1972. He was stationed at the Air Force Base there and failed to report that to duty at 8 a.m. Authorities believe he left on his own accord. Glenn may be driving a 1966 Volkswagen with the Montana license plate number 2-57963. He may have traveled to Canada. If you have any information, please contact the Air Force office at 1-877-246-1453. We have Marilise Clark. She's missing from Omaha, Nebraska. Last seen April 1st, 1972. She was 14 years old at the time of her disappearance, 5'2" and 130 pounds. Maurice Clark was last seen near the Valley High Lounge in Omaha, Nebraska on August 1st. She got into a car with license plates from Chicago, Illinois, and has never been heard or seen from again. Her mother initially believed she'd simply run away from home and would Her mother initially believed she had simply ran away from home and would return within a few weeks. When she didn't, her family reported her missing on September 27th. She has a scar on the back of her head and a birthmark on her right hip. If you have any information about Mary Louise Clark, please contact the Omaha Police Department at 402-444-5818. Next, we have Danielle. I know we went over her yesterday. I know that her and then the next one too, her and here, Richard Patrone, they are both missing from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They were last seen February 19th, 2005, both of them together. It looks as if Richard and his girlfriend Danielle were last seen at Albidene's, a bar and restaurant located on the 400th block of South Street in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. If you have any information about their whereabouts, please contact the Burlington County Police Department at 609-265-5035. We have Andrew Chapman. Andrew Chapman is missing from Columbus, Ohio. Last seen December 8th, 2006. He was 32 years old at the time of his disappearance, 6 foot tall, 175 pounds. He was last seen in his home on Whitethorn Avenue in Hilltop area of Columbus, Ohio. On December 8th, 2006, he called a family member and told them he needed them to come by. He seemed distressed during that call, but the family member was very ill at the time and was unable to make the trip. By the time they were able to visit, Andrew had disappeared and not been heard or seen since. In the weeks prior to his disappearance, Andrew had been charged with a fifth-degree felony of possessing prescription painkillers without a prescription. His struggles with addiction I've lost my place here. Struggled with addiction began after prescribed opiates following a car accident. He also failed to appear at a scheduled court hearing on the date of November 2006, resulting in a warrant being issued for his arrest. Shortly before his disappearance, Andrew withdrew $37,000 from his retirement account. Using part of the funds to purchase a car, he left the car behind when he went missing, and afterwards, the car's title was transferred to a family member of one of his former roommates through court action. Chapman's case remains unsolved. Arctic, this might be one we may want to dig into. This one's sounds a little shady. Anyway, if you have any information about Andrew Chapman or where he possibly could be, please contact the Columbus Division of Police at 614-645-4545. Next, we have Jermaine Charlo. She's missing from Montana. Last seen June 16th, 2018. She was 29 years old at the time of her disappearance, 5'8" and 130 pounds. Jermaine was last seen near the Orange Street and 5th Street between 12 a.m. and 1 a.m. on June 16th, 2018. Her tribe affiliation is in wisdom. Have patience with me. I'm going to booger this. I apologize already. Her tribe affiliation is Confederated Salish and Kootenai and a tattoo of a deer on her left shoulder blade. Jermaine was last seen wearing blue jeans, a brown Under Armour sweatshirt, and a tan baseball cap. If you have any information about Jermaine's whereabouts, please contact their police department at 406-552-6303. How we doing in chat? Oh, well, thank you for joining me, Dago. We got Leslie and Billy. Hi, Leslie. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for joining me this morning. Okay. Next, we have Jay. Jay is missing from California. Last seen January 5th, 2024. He was 29 years old at the time of the disappearance. 6 foot tall, 250 pounds. Jay Daniel, I'm going to mess up this last name, but Jay Daniel should be okay. Moved to LaPlante in September 2022 and will keep regular contact with family and friends. His phone was shut off in December of 23 due to missing payments, and he has not been seen or heard from since. He is described to have brown eyes, black hair, and he often shaved nearly bald. If grown out, becomes very curly. If you have any information about Jay, please contact their Baldwin Borough Police Department at 412-882-9600. Isaac was found. Joe found. We have missing Christopher Stidhams. He's missing from Owen County, Kentucky. He was last seen January 2025. He is 35 years old, 5'10", and weighs 210 pounds. Christopher Chris Stidhams is missing out of Owen County, Kentucky. Blue eyes, blonde hair, reported to have a tattoo on his left arm. Police did not offer any additional information about where Stidhams was last seen or how he may have gone missing. If you have any information about Christopher, please contact the Owen County Police Department or Sheriff's Department here at 502-484-3363. Next, we have Emma. Emma is missing from Chicago, Illinois. She has been missing since January 11th, 2025. She's 53 years old, 4'7", and she weighs 170 pounds. She was last seen on that day at 11 a.m. in the 5700th block of North Merrimack in Chicago, Illinois. If you have any information about Emma, please contact Chicago Police Department at 312-746-6554. James Williams was found safe. Up with Caitlin Barnes, found safe. Excellent. Alaya Christ is missing from Mesa, Arizona. Last seen January 23rd, 2025. She was 5 foot tall at the time she went missing and 90 pounds. She was last seen in the area of Hiley in southern and Mesa, Arizona. She was wearing a white cropped hoodie and red sweatpants. She is described to have blonde hair and blue eyes. If you have any information about Alaya, please contact the Mesa Police Department 480-644-2211. Next, we have Danny. Danny is missing from Kirkland, New York. He was last seen January 25th, 2025. Danny, who is autistic, was last known to be driving a white 2013 Chevy Impala. The vehicle may have had one of two license plate numbers, KCE 8145 or LFK 2644. If you have any information about Danny, please contact the Kirkland Town Police Department, and Danny is also autistic. Valerie has been found safe, thank goodness. Jaden, safe. Missing Charlotte Loomis. She's been missing from New Jersey. Last seen September 1st, 1972. 14 years old at the time of her disappearance, and she was 5 foot tall and 110 pounds. She was believed to be traveling from New York International Airport in Newark, New Jersey to Midland Bay City Saginaw International Airport in Saginaw, Michigan, but she never arrived. Charlotte has a scar on her forehead. You have any information about Charlotte Loomis or her whereabouts are, please contact that police department at 732-389-7649. And please take a good look at her age progressed photo. You very well may know her. Make sure if when you see maybe there's something about her you would remember if you saw her out and about. Next, we have James. James is missing from Wisconsin. He was last seen August 6, 1972. He was 18 years old at the time of his disappearance. He was 5'9" and 130 pounds. He called his family from San Francisco, California on August 6th to inform them that he was traveling back to Denver, Colorado. He would then be getting a ticket home to go to Wisconsin at the end of the week. Egan was hitchhiking. Family had never heard from James Egan again. He may go by the nickname Colin. He is described to have golf wire frame glasses, a slightly deformed left hand, medium length blonde hair, and blue eyes. If you have any information about James, please take a look at his photo here. And please call the police department, excuse me, at 262-242-3500. Next, we have Earl. Earl has been missing from Arnold, Missouri since 1972. He was 15 years old at the time of the disappearance, 5'8" and 140 pounds. Earl J. Anthony Joggers left his home in Arnold, Missouri on August 4th, 1972. He left with a 30-year-old male and a high school friend named Geraldine in a red convertible. Geraldine was found alive in California, and the identity of the male is unknown. Earl has a hypopigmented triangle overlying a sternum, which makes it look like an arrowhead. At the time of his disappearance, he had shoulder length wavy brown hair and blue eyes. If you have any information about Earl, please contact the Missouri State Highway Patrol at 636-300-2800. Next, we have Kathy Wilcox. Kathy is missing from Michigan, last seen July 12th, 1972. She was 15 years old at the time of the disappearance, 5'4" and 130 pounds. Kathy Sue Wilcox was last seen leaving her home in Michigan on July 12th, 1972, just to go for a walk. Kathy has never returned home and has not been heard or seen from since. She was last seen wearing blue jeans, a purple shirt. One of her index fingers has a hooked fingernail. She is described to have shoulder length brown hair and gray blue eyes when she disappeared. Please take a good look at her age progressed photo. Like I always say, you may know she could be anyone in our lives. She may not know. So please contact their police department if you think you may see her or if you have information. You can get their number at 269-692-6111. Next, we have Alice. Look how adorable she is. Alice is missing from New Dorp Beach, New York. She was last seen July 7th, 1972. She was 5 years old at the age of her disappearance. She was 3'6" and weighed 35 pounds. She was 5 years old when she went missing outside of her home and their apartment complex in Staten Island. She was last seen wearing blue shorts with gold buttons, a red polo shirt, and red sneakers. If you think didn't have any information about Alice, please contact the New York City Police Department at 212-694-7781. Next, we have Sherry Pickle. Sherry Pickle is missing from California. She was 15 years old when she went missing. She went missing May 16th, 1972, 5'4", 110 pounds. Sherry Jean Pickle was last seen on May 16th, 1972 at the Coronado Avenue and Broadway in Long Beach. She may have traveled to meet a male companion or hitchhiked to Los Angeles, California. She has a scar on her right foot and her nickname is Sunny. Foul play is suspected. If you have any information about Sherry, please contact the West Covina Police at 626-939-8500. How's chat, guys? Any questions in chat? Are we still doing good? Leslie, that's okay. I appreciate you just joining me this morning. It's fine, honey. Don't you worry about it. Okay, next we have Judy Davis. Judy Davis is missing from Jacksonville, Florida. She was last seen May 13th, 1972. She was 15 years old at the time of her disappearance, 5'3", 110 pounds. Judy Lynn Davis was last seen on May 13th, 1972. She went to the movies with a friend and has not been seen or heard from since. She was last seen wearing a red shirt, army jacket, blue denim hip hugger pants, and beige suede shoes. If you have any information about Judy, you can contact the Jacksonville Sheriff's Department at 904-630-0500. Hey, Tater, thank you for joining me. Next, we have Helen Allison. Helen is missing from Fairfax, Virginia. She has been missing since May 11th, 1972. She was 16 years old at the time of her disappearance, 5'3" and 115 pounds. Please take a look at her age progressed photo there. Helen was last seen May 11th, 1972 in Fairfax, Virginia, last seen wearing white blouse, pleated blue-gray skirt, white knit sweater. If you have any information about Helen, contact Fairfax County Police at 703-691-2131. Next, we have Michael Woodward. Michael is missing from Fort Jackson, South Carolina. He was 9 years old at the time of his disappearance. Last seen April 23rd, 1972, 4'8", 70 pounds. Michael Woodward was last seen playing in the yard of his home on April 23rd, 1972. He was last seen wearing brown striped pants, blue tennis shoes. Michael sustained an injury which may have left him blind in his left eye. Please take a look at his age progressed photo and see if anything is recognizable to you. If so, please contact the Fort Jackson Military Police at 803-751-1418. Next, we have Lacey. Lacey is missing from Florida. She was last seen December 27th, 2011. She's 25 years old, 5 foot tall, 90 pounds. It looks like she was last seen on the morning of December 27th, 2011 at Citgo gas station, located at the corner of SR19 and CR42, excuse me, in Florida. She was accompanied by Terry McDowell, an acquaintance of the two were captured at the store surveillance footage. Later that day, it is believed that McDowell's black pickup truck became stuck on Railroad Grade Road, just south of Forest Road, 14 in the Osceola National Forest around 3 p.m., according to McDowell. Lacey left on foot, heading south to seek help, but she has not been seen or heard from since. They did have bloodhounds out there tracking scent on US 19, where the trail abruptly just ended. McDowell passed and McDowell had passed away in a fire in April in 2013. Another one, Fox, that could probably it's probably a pretty interesting one to get into. So it would be Lacey Boonville. Next, we have Shane. Shane Govan is missing from South Carolina. Last seen November 10th, 2008, age 23 at the time of his disappearance. 6 foot tall, 155 pounds at the time of his disappearance. I'll have to go up a little bit so I can read that because I can't see it on that flyer. Govan was last seen in South Carolina on November 10th, 2008, while visiting friends at a residence at Citron Drive at 10:09 p.m. He called his fiancee to inform her that he would be home soon. Shortly after, a small gray Toyota truck began circling the neighborhood. At approximately 10:15 p.m., that truck stopped near Govan, and witnesses have reported hearing an argument between the two men, followed by several gunshots. One of the men allegedly shouted, "I will you." Before more shots were fired, the truck then fled the scene at a high speed. Authorities later discovered Govan's cell phone, his cigarette lighter, and over 30 bullet casings at the location of the incident. Govan has not been seen or heard from since that night and is presumed to have been abducted. Next, we have Frederick Boehm. Boehm was last seen in Marshall, Texas between 11 p.m. on midnight, January 25th, 2001. He was dressed for bed when he received a phone call that seemed to upset him. Lost my place here, guys. I apologize. That seemed to upset him. Shortly afterwards, he changed his clothes and left on foot, heading down Victory Drive toward town. At the time, his friend's girlfriend was sitting on the porch. He told her not to wait up for him and said he would see her in the morning. Bohm was carrying a 5-shot 357 Magnum revolver when he left, and he has not been seen or heard from since. Ugh. Bohm was temporarily staying with his friend and his friend's girlfriend because his truck was out of commission, leaving him without transportation to work. He had planned to take care of his friend's dog while his friend was scheduled to travel the day after Bowman's disappearance. His disappearance remains unsolved. If you have any information about Frederick, please contact the Marshall Police Department at 903-935-4575. Let me grab a drink real quick. Oh, look, Albert has been found. That's great. Any questions in chat while I get my drink here? We good? Of course we're good. You guys always keep chat great. Okay. Found. We have another one. Found. Found. I love the found ones. Found safe. It's found safe. Another found safe. Oh my goodness, that's great. Ashley Martinez. Today, her mom wished her daughter Ashley a happy 36th birthday. Happy birthday, Ashley. If you're out there, let someone know that you are alive. If you know something, call the authorities. Ashley is missing from St. Joseph, Missouri. She has been since July 6, 2004. She was 35 years old at the time of the disappearance, 5'5" and 110 pounds. If you have any information about Ashley Martinez, please contact the St. Joseph Police Department at 816-271-4777. Oh, found safe. Excellent. Another. Missing Michael Graham is missing from Pennsylvania. It looks like he's 43 years old, 5'8", 170 pounds, and he has been missing since October 4th of 2024. If you have any information about Michael Graham, please contact the Pittsboro Bureau of Police at 412-323-7141. I won't get into details with this one just because I am in contact with family and I just kind of want to make this one short right now. Okay, next we have He Was Found. Excellent. Missing Jonathan Woodward. I think we just went over him, yes, just yesterday. Brittany, this and we'll end with Brittany. Brittany was last seen at the terminals about 6 months ago in Champaign, Illinois, and no one has seen or heard from her since. She has not contacted her family, friends, especially her children. She has missed their children's birthday and their Christmases, which is not like her. She would never do that. The last contact her mother had with her, she stated she was running from a sex trafficker and that they were trying to kill her. I want to end with this because this could be lots of situations in any of our lives. So, a lot of people will judge a flyer or pick out a mistake, but at the end of the day, it's stuff like this right here that we really need to focus on. And I'm going to read this one more time because this happens everywhere. This isn't just a Brittany in Illinois situation. Brittany is missing from Champaign, Illinois. Last seen July of 2024. 35 years old at the age of her disappearance. 5'9", 230 pounds. And again, Brittany was last seen at a bus terminal about 6 months ago in Illinois, and no one has seen or heard from her since. She has not contacted her family, specifically her children, and she has missed all of their birthdays, Christmases, and that is extremely unlike her. The last contact her mother had with her, she stated that she was running from a trafficker and that they were trying to kill her. If you have any information, please contact that police department, 217-351-4548. Excuse me. And I will remove this. All right, guys. Do we have any questions? Anything? Hey, Kimber, thank you for joining me this morning. Everything good in there? No questions? I'm sure Dago will probably go live after this. I'm not sure. Dago, are you going live after this? Arctic, somebody? If you're going live after this, let me know so I can let everyone know you're going to go live next. All right, guys. Well, if you would just hit that like button, share it out. Okay, Dago says he is going live. So if you guys want to head over there straight after this, then he'll go for his morning show. Please hit the like, subscribe, share if you will. And let's get this over with here.
Does anyone out there